Welcome to the Wally Show Aftercast. All the things we didn't get to during the course of the show today. I am deeply sorry for yesterday not having an Aftercast. I wanted to. Gavin wanted to. Betty told us no.
That's risky.
Do not do this.
What?
Throw me under the bus.
Am I?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Because here's the honest truth.
Potties, I love you.
Things were going and going, and they were piling up.
was a
And
long
then
day.
Wally said, oh, if that's going to happen, then let's just not do the Aftercast.
Yeah.
And I think we fought pretty hard for it, actually.
I don't believe that at all, Gavin.
I think
like,
you're
look
right,
at you turning.
Gavin.
Really,
is
that was
true.
an interesting
Yeah.
We
turn.
were like,
'cause
Wally,
remember-
wow, the potties matter so much. Why would you do that to them?
I was the one who offered up the concept of
Yeah.
of a post flashback Friday call.
Yeah. And then I said, let's do it. And then Betty was
I don't
like,
remember that.
Yeah, Betty was like, because remember when she walked out here and I said, we can do the Aftercast now. And she just did a gesture and moved on.
Oh.
Not a hand gesture.
Oh, okay.
No. It was sassy, but not vulgar.
She doesn't do that. She's a lady.
Oh, yeah. Well,
She's a lady.
yeah, let's talk about that one.
Anyway.
Yeah, so
Moving
anyway,
on.
all
We're
of that
back.
to say, we
It's Wally's
apologize.
fault.
That's fine. I'll take it. My shoulders are broad. Only one of them works, but they're broad. My shoulder actually is getting better. Like, I've been doing exercises. I'm actually doing the physical therapy this time. Last time I got a shot, and then I didn't do the physical therapy because I felt so good. This time I'm doing the exercises, and I got the shot, and I'm doing another set of exercises. And it's actually, I'm actually doing push-ups now every day.
Nice.
As part of my little workout thing that's going to end very soon. Betty's 100% right. Like, I'm not going to survive this. But I almost knocked off my good job stickers. I have 2 today, by the way, if anyone's counting. I know I am.
All earned.
But
well.
he was close to losing one of them.
For an unjust reason. Like, even Gavin, who just a minute ago
No.
threw me under the bus, joined my side on that one. You are like we're just gonna, his nickname is Ping Pong. Like, he goes back and forth. I never know whose side he's going to be
I
on.
have to pick and choose who I'm
I know.
serving that day.
I know. It's crazy. But no, so my shoulder is actually doing much better, so I'm thankful for that. But I've started this thing in the morning, just kind of as a joke the other day. I played a song when Betty Rock came in, and it was this song here.
The God who made the universe knows me by my name, so it's a good day.
Yeah, and like sometimes before we do support drive, we play like pump up music, and it's like, let the bodies hit the floor, let the bodies hit the floor. Like, yeah, and
'Cause
Betty
that's-
loves it.
The intent behind that is to energize
Yeah.
you, because you need a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Especially you two fundraising for
Yeah.
4 straight hours. Very hard
Starting
work.
at 6 a.m.
Yeah, you need something that is caffeine for your ears.
And so I thought when she came in, I thought it would just be a fun little thing to play a song for her that was like, oh, it sets up the day. It's a good day, and because she had a bad day the day before. And so I was like, okay, let's do this. But she came in and she was just so perplexed by like, why? I don't you see it just hit you so weird.
Because I guess I've worked with you for 17 years,
Yeah.
and in that span of time, you've never had a song
Yeah.
play as I'm walking in.
Like today I had the Rocky theme song because she did something difficult yesterday. And so I had the Rocky theme song queued up for her.
Mm-hmm.
Gavin got bluey.
That's just fine. That's a good way to brighten my day.
I just
Yeah.
didn't. I just didn't know if this is a new thing you're doing.
No, it's a temporary thing. Every once in a while, I think it's kind of funny, or if it's applicable. But but really, what I want to get to inside of this though was you said something really interesting to me that it kind of took me back a little bit.
Was it vulgar?
I was taken aback. No, it wasn't.
Why does it come?
Yeah. Did you use a gesture? Your mama would be so disappointed.
Oh my word!
She goes. She's trying to understand and wrap her head around what's happening. She's like, "It's a good day. Okay, why would you think it's going to be a bad day?" And that perspective was fascinating to me.
Really?
Yes, and here's why. Because you come in and you're like, well, I don't need a song to tell me it's going to be a good day. The assumption is you already think it's going to be a good day. Like, why would I need this song? Why is it going to be what makes you think that it's going to be a bad day? For me, every day is, what's coming? And it's like, yeah. And so like, I have no idea what argument I'm going to be in today with somebody.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. And so for me, I need something to remind me that, it is a good day. You can be happy before anything even happens, and you don't have to be on guard all the time. But that was the psychology of the two mindsets behind this one song. Mm-hmm. But I was just fascinated by you wake up that every day like that. You know,
Yeah.
that like, yeah, why would it not be? Every
I
day?
just didn't know why I needed a reminder to tell me that it was a good day. I was like,
Right.
is it supposed to be bad? Did
Right.
I miss something?
And which is so crazy, the difference in the way that we process life, you know?
See, we are different people.
I know. It's weird. Like a morning show, they always say, is made up of different people who are exactly the same. And what they mean by that is everybody is very different in your approach to things, but on the big things, you are aligned. Like what you're trying to do, what's funny, you know? Like you have to be aligned with what's funny 90% of the time. 10% of the time, one of us will get something the other one doesn't get, or think something's funny that the other one doesn't think. For example, we all love Scott Sterling. Like home run Scott Sterling.
good.
Fly with K, Betty's out. And I like Fly with K.
And rightfully so, because she
Confusingly
talks
so.
like this,
Yeah.
and she calls her toes her toesies.
Right. I get the jealousy, trust me. I've
It's
lived my
not
whole life. I've lived my whole life in
jealousy,
jealousy.
Oh my word!
But you arrive at the thing about a morning show too is like you want to get to the same destination, but you arrive there differently. And that's what makes it work, the dynamics of what makes it work, you know. So anyway, that was just a little side note. Boy, Nathan's hot dogs, the 4th of July hot dog contest.
I'm so pumped to talk about
I know, this is sports. We're getting to some sports here, Gavin, for you.
sports adjacent.
Yeah, that is very true. Sports adjacent. I would never call competitive eating a sport. I would call it a difficult task. I've seen Betty Rock, though. I would love to see her and Joey Chestnut do McDonald's chicken nuggets.
Oh,
Yeah.
Joey Chestnut better mark his days
Yes.
because I could take him down.
I've seen her do some chicken nuggets damage. I remember one time we were splitting a 20-piece chicken nugget. I had 3.
No,
I got,
you did
I got
not.
3 chicken nuggets.
You dramatize everything.
I don't
you
think so.
did not.
I got 3 chicken nuggets, which was great.
What?
Eating like
Whatever.
vast amounts of food, I think, can be so interesting because this guy, he'll eat just enormous amounts of hot dogs in such a small amount of time. I watch video series where these guys go out and they golf and they play 9 holes and they do these challenges where it's like 9 holes and everyone has to finish their own pizza. Or
Right.
9 holes and they had to do 200 Chick-fil-A nuggets.
Oh my gosh.
And part of me hears that and I'm like, oh, that sounds tough. But then another part of me is like, I feel like I could do that.
Yeah.
I want to try it.
I used to be shocked by eating 20 chicken nuggets. Like, I thought that was a lot for someone of Betty's size. But then, I mean, like, I've put a hurting on those things before, too. I think I start to fade at about 12 or 13. I'm like, okay, I'm probably not going to finish these. But Joey
I could make it to
Chestnut
15.
does not. Oh, yeah, I know you could. Because I had 3. You made it
You
to 17.
did not.
He is the 6th-time winner of the the 4th of July hot dog eating contest, but he's not going to be there this year, according to the Major League Eating. I can't believe there's even a Major League Eating, and it's all over his decision to endorse vegan hot dogs. When I had seen the headline, it had something about Joey Chestnut not going to be in the 4th of July because of vegan hot dogs. I thought that the hot dog company was pushing vegan hot dogs, and he was making a stand saying, I'm not doing hot dogs.
Is that what you wanted it
That's
to
what
be?
I wanted it to be because I love a good fight. You know me. Not every day is a
Never
good day.
back down.
Yeah. And so it turns out, though, he has an endorsement deal with vegan hot dogs. Like,
So does that mean
How
in this upcoming
un-American.
challenge that he has, he's going to only eat vegan hot
no,
dogs?
he's not allowed to compete because
It's basically his competition. It is literally his competition because he sweeps these other guys under the rug with the amount of hot dogs. he
Okay,
eats.
good point. He won the contest every year from 2007 to 2014. Then he lost in 15, and then he won it every year from 2016 to 2023.
He had
So
one
only
bad day.
one guy has beaten him since 2007. You know,
Wow.
so he's the most famous next
Synonymous.
to Kobayashi. He's the only other eating competitive eater you can
And
name.
he's not, neither one of them are big guys,
no,
right?
Kobayashi's small.
So I wonder how they do it. Like at the end,
Oh,
are they
you've
able
gotta
to keep it
throw
down?
up.
I
There's
really-
no way.
no,
That
I have-
can't be good for your esophagus, for your
No.
stomach.
His record, I believe, was 72 hot dogs. And we are talking like hot dogs and buns. And they have their techniques. They wet the buns,
Yeah.
which is disgusting.
Yeah,
And
that is gross.
But if you put like in one of these tables, if you put 72 hot dogs with buns
Right.
down like in front of us,
Yeah.
I don't like that's bigger than my stomach. And I have a
Absolutely.
big stomach. But like that's a lot of food.
Yeah, like how he does it. And it actually is 76 hot dogs.
It's 76. Oh,
And
okay, yeah.
you think, well, how many hours did that take? 10 minutes. Holmes ate 76 hot dogs in 10 minutes.
Your jaw would be exhausted.
How is that possible?
I don't even know. It's crazy,
But
right?
you have to do it fast because if you do it slowly, your mind or your brain is going to catch up with your stomach saying you're full, and you've got to get it down before your brain says
His
stop.
technique is ridiculous. But so anyway, he posted on X, I'm gutted. I love the humor of that. To learn from the media that after 19 years, I'm banned from the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. Why he's banned is because you're not allowed to endorse other hot dogs other than Nathan's. And so, because they sponsor this. And so Nathan's like, well, you are endorsing a competitor, much less a vegan, anti-American thing. And so, it's not anti-American. I'm being silly. But
Impossible hot dogs, right?
Yeah, and so that's why they banned him. And he says, I love competing in that event. I love celebrating America with all my fans all over this great country. I love that he has
American
fans.
as it gets.
He acts like he's a hero.
Yeah.
I mean, he is pretty cool, though. I did look it up that it says if at any point during or immediately after the contest, a competitor regurgitating any food, he or she will be disqualified.
Sure.
So that does mean that they have to consume and also
Process.
hold.
At least till they get
a little
home.
while.
At least till they get out of eye shot. I don't see how you could not throw up.
I don't think we're meant to have that amount of food in us.
Yeah, I mean, and then think about it. Like, even if he did this a few times a year, the amount of calories, that dude would have to be in the gym all the time to work that off. Because Betty's right, he's not a big dude.
Yeah, and I don't know if he just doesn't eat for a day or two.
He's tall, and he's like average build. Like, he's not fat.
Okay, they say an
300
average hot
calories?
dog is about 120 to 150 calories.
outrageous.
All right, times 71 though.
Okay,
So
wait a
nearly
minute.
8,000.
So I'm gonna
How
go
are
right
you
in the
this
middle.
math genius?
It's gonna be-
135 times 72,
It might be closer to 15.
9,720.
You're not bad. Like that fast with coming up with 8,000.
It's about I excelled at school from about, the 4th grade to 10th grade.
Yeah.
Because once they started putting letters in there, get me out of there.
Right.
But I can do the addition, subtraction.
You're the Joey
multiplication.
Chestnut of quick math.
That's right.
Nicely
Says
I
done.
was
Joey-
wrong, though.
Joey Chestnut is 229 pounds.
But he's
How tall is
huge.
he?
Like he's
He's
probably
6'1".
Okay, yeah, he's a big guy.
Big guy.
Like we had a guy the other day tell us, "Oh yeah, when I get down to 209 pounds, that's my goal weight." But I'm like, "Wait, you're not already only like 200 pounds?" But he's like 6'2", and he's just a big guy. But I was surprised. But when you have that much height to balance out that weight, you don't look big. Like if I was 219 pounds at 5'6" and a half, I mean, it would be
No, not a half, just 5'6".
it would be devastating.
That's tough.
Yeah,
That's
that
about
would
what
be
I
rough.
am right now.
Sorry. Are you really?
Yeah, probably higher than that.
Really?
I just hold it slightly well.
Yeah.
That's like
You
what-
hold it well.
He holds it slightly well. I love that. I hold it slightly well.
I do want to
so
lose
funny.
weight.
I'm curious if when you get through the pregnancy, because there will probably be a desire from your wife to get back to somewhere where she was beforehand of the pregnancy. Because most women want that, they want it to be like they never had a kid, And so I'm curious if there will be this push for both of you to get into shape.
If we have time. And the
that's
energy.
the thing, yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, man, because I put on weight when Marty was pregnant, and then I'm like, I know we didn't do anything to purposely lose it, but does your lifestyle, just you're running and you're just kind of eating when you can and you don't eat a lot, like, does that help you lose weight? I don't remember.
Yeah, we're
I was much
definitely
smaller.
we're in a tough place right now where I don't have a ton of motivation to cook like healthy food. So a lot of times at night we are eating frozen stuff, and like I don't go crazy here at work either. Like I'm not in here.
Yeah, you
eating
do pretty good here.
donuts
at work.
every morning. So
Right. 83-cent ham. I'm telling you.
I might go buy some.
It's going to be the key. The 83-cent ham. I got so excited the other day. I came home and I was expecting a turkey sandwich because that's what my wife told me. And she goes to the fridge and I said, okay, yeah, I'll just do a turkey sandwich. That's fine. And I said, I'll make it. She's like, no, I'll make it for you. Oh, that's nice of you. She opens up the ham and then opens up the fridge and this weird beam of light came down from the ceiling. And then there was an angel choir. It's like, oh. If she produced 83-cent ham packages, she's like, I got you 4. I'm like, what? I was so excited. I love it.
I love it.
It's helping me lose weight, but I love it.
We were talking about dads. Can I go to my story?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay. So I pulled some audio from mine. This is from Dana Carvey. He was on SNL, but he's doing stand-up now. And he talks about the difference in dads back in the day compared to dads now.
Dads today are different. You might have noticed. Parents are different. We're more involved. We're more touchy-feely. We're more their friends. I grew up in the 60s. My dad was an ex-Marine. He wasn't your friend. Move your butt out of the car now. Right? Today's dad at the park, you've seen him with the toddler. Gregers, what did we agree to? Let's use our inside voices. Let's use our inside voices. What happened to shut up? Oh, man, I'll give you something to cry about.
Yeah.
That was my dad. I'll give you... Now it's like, Gregers, I feel your owie.
I have heard I will give you something to cry about. If anybody else heard that?
No.
Oh, I have heard that one. And what did we agree to? We agreed that if you act the fool, I'm going to give you the belt. That was the agreement back in the day.
I know. What do you think Gavin's going to be like with disciplining?
I think Bennett will be running that show.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think here's what it'll come down to in the category. It'll be Bennett.
Yeah.
Then it'll be Haley.
Yeah.
And then it will be Gavin.
Or
No,
the two dogs.
No,
Yeah,
the
there's
two
two
dogs.
dogs.
Then Gavin.
You're going to have to be the alpha. You're going to have to learn to be
that's
the
asking
alpha.
too much of
I know,
him.
but you're going to have to
Asking
learn
too
to.
much.
I'll turn it on.
Yeah.
I'll get there.
What if Bennett does something like he almost or she burns the house down? Then what?
I mean, you guys expect me to... do you expect... they're getting a spanking.
Oh,
They're-
okay.
We're going to be spanking.
Okay,
people.
so
I
he's...
don't see that.
I don't either. I didn't think you would beat your children.
Especially if it ends up, especially if it ends up being a girl.
That's fine.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Haley got spankings all the time when she
I
was
grew
little.
up with spanking, and to be honest, I didn't get spanked a lot because the minute it happened, I'm not a tough dude. I wasn't tough back then.
Right.
The minute it happened, I'm like, I'm not doing bad stuff ever
Right.
again. At least I'm not getting caught with it.
Right.
I got spanked once.
Did you? Only once?
Yeah.
Maybe
Man,
a couple
for your
times.
mouth.
But Rude, sir, and I can show you what I can do.
I've heard it.
So I got spanked once because I was running in church. My mom told me to stop, and then we got home, and my dad spanked me.
Yeah.
But after that, I was like, never again.
Yeah.
I'm not
You
doing
get
that.
one, ruler to the bum, and it's game over.
We spanked Haley
Behavior.
from the time she was little, a little swat on the diaper, and I guess when she got to be about, I don't know, 5 or whatever, she had learned and didn't push things, and there was no need to after that.
Yeah.
Maybe even younger than that. It might have been 4. She didn't throw tantrums and stuff. And we had what we call daddy voice. I could just use daddy voice, and she knew instantly we were done here. This is where it's gonna get serious. And so, and even to this day, I'll even playing around with her, I'll go to daddy voice, and she bristles a little. I'm like, good, I still got it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, you gotta keep these kids in check, man. That's the problem with our society. Kids are running amok, and they're running over adults. You get a kid that stands at a teacher and goes, "You can't touch me," and then they swear at him. That would be my last day employed as a teacher. 1,000,000,000%. I'm like, you know what? I've done the math. It's worth popping you right now. It's kind of like when I broke that monitor that one day and I paused before I punched it. And Zach asked me, why did you pause? And I said I was doing the math on how much the monitor cost. And I determined in that split second it was worth it. And I punched it. I would do the same thing with some smart mouth high school kid.
Oh, my word.
Absolutely.
You speak high and mighty for having a son who you don't even talk to.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I didn't have to hit him. Who is he?
I don't have a son.
I don't have a son.
What advice would you give to Gavin for disciplining a kid?
I think be consistent.
Yeah.
And follow through. If you say you're going to do something, do that. And I will tell you this, Gavin, when they're little, and you give them a little swat or whatever, and they cry, it breaks your heart. It does. And or when you see them and they know they've messed up, it's sad. And there's times you have to keep yourself from laughing sometimes too, because it's so silly.
I could totally see myself
and they're just
struggling.
crying about something. And you're like,
I heard one of my neighbor's kids just throwing a tantrum yesterday, and I heard the dad, I think he said something along the lines of no, you're staying out here with me. That we're not going anywhere right now.
Good
and
for
I sat
him.
there and I was like, yeah, you go, man. You go.
Good for him. Yeah, I do think that is a really big thing, though, is being consistent and backing up what you say. Whatever your threat is, unless it's I'll murder you, So don't ever go to that. That's DEFCON 4.
Kind of like your brother-in-law who threatened to take away Christmas.
For years.
And then he finally did.
Yeah.
He took down the Christmas tree.
Took all their presents back. For years he threatened that. And his kids were a disaster when they were little. And I hated going to Christmas there because it was not fun. It was the biggest amount of entitlement and non-gratitude and arguing. I hated it. And then that one year when he had just had enough, and he finally, before Christmas, they had all been running amok, and he took the tree down, took all their presents back, and they thought they were going to get it back. Nope. Christmas morning was glorious, but and that's the start of regaining control of his kids because he had let them run too long. They were older, and it was like you had to do something drastic to get that back under control.
Sure.
So it's an experience, and there's things you're going to doubt. The other thing too is you and your wife have to be on the same page.
Yes.
When it comes to disciplining, and if one of you is not on that page, pull the other aside out of the moment.
Yeah.
And go, hey, look, I actually don't think that that's a big deal. So I'm going to let you have your thing because it's you in this moment. But let's talk about this for the future. I want to be on the same page because Marty and I never in front of Haley did well, no, that's not a big deal. Why are you punishing her? Because then the kid sees that. But privately, we would have conversations where one of us would doubt the other one's choice in that. And I think privately that's good. That's healthy. But in front of your kid, it's not good, And then that way, too, if you overreact and your spouse helps you see it, then you can go back to your kid separately and go, hey, I messed up. I think I made an issue of something that really should not have been an issue. And I said no right away because that was just the default. And I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. Being able to apologize to your kids, I think, is so important. It's funny we're talking about all this dad advice. The digital department informed me that they're going to run the clip from me giving dad advice that they ran last year online.
The really popular
And they
one?
had to turn off all of the comments because people were being so mean and so nasty. And I'm loving it. I'm like, that's great. Let them go nuts. Let them argue. And the advice was, don't ever make me choose between you and your mother because you will lose every time. That's what I told Haley. That's what I was told. I've lived by it. She's a good kid. I marriage. And it works for me. If you don't agree with that, fine. Don't care. Come up with your own advice. Get your own radio show. Do your own podcast. Don't care. But man, these people, I guess, went nuts and argued and fought. I love it.
They imagine this situation. I feel like where you say that and his kid must be terrible, or he must not love his kid, or his kid must
he's
be
cold. His
gone.
kid's hating.
But you have a great relation. Well, with your real daughter, you have a great relationship with your real daughter.
Absolutely. I talked to her for about an hour and a half yesterday. And we were talking about some work things for her job, but then we just were talking. And I love hearing that kid's voice. And that kid has never gone a day, even when she was in trouble, she's never known that she's not fiercely loved,
I think that's one thing that I've always processed in my head is that you have to be able to discipline your kid. You have to, I think...
It's because it's good for them.
You have to get them to a point where they understand circumstances, results of... Consequences. And then you have to learn how to, be malleable in learning how to make sure they understand that. Because I think it starts with stuff that is like a spanking.
Right.
When you're a kid, no, I'm not going to try and discuss with my 3.5-year-old why something is wrong. I'm not going to go into morals with them.
Right.
But as they get older, you do get the opportunity to impart wisdom into them, but still have consequences. But then within that, I think, again, like what you've said, what my parents did with us growing up is you never walked away from a scenario saying oh, I'm so hated by my parents.
Right.
You're just usually I walked away being I know I was wrong. I was in the wrong there.
I'm thankful that I never had a moment when Haley was a teenager where she yelled, I hate you. Mm-hmm. That would destroy me. And I know kids say things they don't mean all the time, and they're mad and they're trying to figure it out. But that would have, first it would have angered me beyond all belief, and I would have put all of her stuff out on the porch. I would have hated her for a little bit. I would not have had her move out, but I would have made a big drastic point to her that is not acceptable. And had she said it to her mom, worse consequences. I can handle. I got big shoulders, but if she
only one works though.
If she disrespected her mom, God help you. You're gonna have some issues then, But I had some other thing on that, another piece of advice, but I lost it. That's happening more and more now. I'm having to just get used to that. I'm actually having to be okay with it. I'm like, okay, I'm just not gonna get that back.
Speaking of getting older, let's do birthdays.
Yeah. All right. I sent you one for tomorrow. Did you get
Yes.
that? Okay, I want to make sure.
Okay, we've got Scott. Scott is celebrating a birthday today. Happy birthday,
Yay,
Scott!
Go, Scott.
And then yesterday, Bissy wanted to wish her lovely and talented daughter, Corrine, a happy birthday.
Nice.
Said she loves adventures, travel planning, and doing paint by number. So do I. She finished her doctorate last year, has
Wow.
a beautiful cat, Parker,
Nice. It's
a
and
great name.
loves Rachel Lampa.
Oh, Rachel Lampa's great. She's had such a good resurgence in her career as of late. Like that song she did. Was it Toby that she did the song
Yeah,
with?
With him, yeah.
Beautifully
Somebody
loved.
to-
Already, nobody,
Oh, that's
somebody
the one
to
she
you.
did with Andrew
yeah,
Rip.
yeah.
No, gotta be somebody because I'm already somebody to you.
But she did do one with.
She did one with Toby. Yeah, but it's nice to
Perfectly
see.
Loved.
Yes, it's nice to see her have a resurgence. It's interesting. Like
that's why she's the
Toby's
pro.
front of house guy for a lot of years that was traveling with him was Ryan Lampa, her brother. And like he traveled with him, and then he left Toby to start a ministry called People Loving Nashville, and he does that full time. He works with the homeless. He's such a nice guy. No nonsense. That's what I love about him. He's super direct with people, but he has a huge heart for the homeless and disenfranchised.
Question: if you could record a song with an artist, who would it be, and what would the song be called?
Ooh,
If I could record with an artist, what would the song be called?
have to be Toby, and it would be called "This Is My Song, Not Yours." So.
This is what it feels like getting old.
Yeah, Toby would do background vocals.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna take first verse for sure. I'll give him a
Nice.
half-second verse, and then from there, I think I would be better with a pop punk band. I wish we still had like a bunch of like punk type bands, like Stellar Cart from back in the day. Like they were fun. Even Super Chick or something like that. What about you, Rock? Would you go with a lady thing or a band?
No, I think I would go with Rhett Walker.
Oh, that's a good one.
And we could
fitting.
sing something about, like, it would be recorded at a Waffle House, okay? Because I want to hear the clanging of the dishes and stuff in the back, and maybe a toilet flushing
Nice.
every now and then.
Nice. Oh, I already got to do this. I lived it out already. I forgot. Go ahead. Sorry.
Recording a song at Waffle House?
No, I recorded with We the Kingdom and did Simple Man when I auditioned for them.
Oh, well.
Yeah, it was
Well, that's recording. That's
pretty great.
That's
yeah.
a reach.
They offered me a
But
contract.
anyways, I think that's what I would do.
Yeah,
Maybe a song just written about Waffle House.
yeah, I like that. Gavin?
I think because I don't want to sing. I don't want to do any of that. I would like to be put into the fold of For King and Country and just give me a big drum. And
Yeah, just go and hit it.
All I get to do for
I get it.
an hour is just.
I know.
And they probably have enough people on there that they can drown me out if I'm doing it poorly. But I just get to be up
What
there.
if they gave you the cowbell? Now, how cool would that be?
Be so gangster.
We need more cowbell.
Uh-huh.
I
They're like,
got a
"Here,
fever.
Play these bagpipes, brother, and I would make it happen.
Oh, guys, stop. Seriously, stop. Okay, stop. All right. You twisted my arm. It's like that person that's at a party and they're like, oh, a piano? You want me to play piano? Have you seen that
Yes.
TikTok? You want me to play piano?
I
And they're
don't-
like, no, not really.
Gavin and I weren't
Yeah.
talking at the time.
And so, no, stop. Okay, you know what? We'll do it. We'll
we
play.
didn't ask
For the
for it.
record,
we'll
this is
just-
all him.
We'll finish it up. Stop! I'm embarrassed, but no, this is Simple Man.
Can we walk
Me
out?
with We the Kingdom. Thanks for being a potty. Thank you. Good night, Cleveland.
Yep. That's we're off to a good start.
Yeah, I want him to get a moment too. Okay, here we go.
Come on.
Mama told me
Come on. Okay.
when
that was a
I
step back.
was young, said sit beside me, my only son,
Yes, you did.
Come on.
and listen closely
Betty, could you do harmonies,
to
please?
what
on
I
this?
say.
It doesn't deserve
I
it.
think it'll make it better.
And if you
Come on.
do this,
Do it. Come on,
it'll
let the country
help
out.
you. Some
Come on, let the
sunny
country out, Rock.
day.
Give it to me. Come on, girl.
And make it simple. Kind of man.
I'm gonna go
That was
big
for them,
here.
wasn't it? And be something
Show your range.
you look and
I can't do it.
understand. Maybe be a simple
there it is.
What's that?
That was it. He nailed it.
You know the potties haven't lasted this long.
Yeah.
They already
son,
stood.
if you can.
Oh, bro.
There you go.
Come on.
That was the audition that got me
See, whoa, they're all
into We the Kingdom. So,
If anyone is still listening,
yeah. We're going to be touring.
Can you still hear?
This summer, actually.
Oh, yeah,
No,
yeah.
you're
'Cause
not.
you were
After-
trying to take over the
Yeah.
role of
After
of-
Franny.
Yeah.
When Franny left for a little bit. Yeah, we've got like a bunch of fly dates. Not a ton, but we got a bunch of fly dates.
Do you have to
and-
pay to get yourself over there?
Yeah, I mean, I'm
He's like,
going.
"I'll
I'm
be
going
in
to the show. I'm going to be there.
I'll be in the stands.
And then if somebody needs me,
You're ready.
he can call me. Like Ed Cash can be like, "Hey, before we get to this last song, Wally, where are you?" And it would go like, "Wally, Wally, Wally, Wally," because I'm way in the back.
Spotlight goes all the way to the back.
And then all of a sudden, I'm gonna slow walk out of this thing. They're gonna play the intro for me, and I'll be like, "Hey, y'all, thank you for coming tonight. I'm gonna
this
close this
guy?"
bad boy out." Yeah. And you know what? I'm not
Get him
even.
off the stage.
I'm not even gonna pay attention to that. I'm just gonna keep walking up there.
People are actually leaving.
I know. You guys know I'm not afraid to walk up on a stage. Like when they announced the
Whether invited or not
no.
invited.
Well, remember when they announced they did
I
the announcement
know.
for the winner,
The Doves.
the Dove Awards for
Yep.
I Can Only Imagine.
Weren't even called.
And I'm not even worthy of being up there. I was in the back of the theater, and I had told Andy Irwin earlier on the red carpet. I said, "If you win tonight, I'm coming up there." And he goes, "I dare you to." And sure enough, man, I came bolting up there, and there are people associated with the movie that don't know me, and I see them all looking like, "Who is this guy here?" And I'm just looking like I'm supposed to be there, and Andy's dying. Like it was a good moment. So I will crash a stage if I need to. All right, that's gonna do it for your Aftercast. Thanks so much for being a potty.
Growing up in poverty has never been easy for children, but with the added challenges of the pandemic, conflict, and natural disasters, families around the world are facing an unprecedented food crisis. Unfortunately, those who are already hungry are now even more desperate. But by sponsoring a child through compassion, you can help provide life-sustaining essentials such as food and clean water. And with your compassionate support, that child can not only survive, but also flourish. You can find out how and choose a child to sponsor when you click on the compassion banner at wayfm.com.